I think the audio might have dropped out there for a second.
This one. That's where you just tap it.
Digimon. Yeah. How do you get there? I don't know. How do we get there? Something to do with an egg. Shellmon! Hello, Shellmon. You are a shell. In a monster. You're made of garbage. Ooh, you're defensive though. Very defensive. Evade. Yeah. I'm really tired. I play for say another 30 minutes.
Oh, I don't mind. I was hoping that 7 days would be all night.
It's a 6-hour stream.
I know. That's why I thought we were going to do it earlier, because you planned on doing this at 7 o'clock, right? Which means
that was just.
So we come home from breakfast.
That was just an auto set
done
thing.
by then.
That was an automatically set thing where I've done it from last week where I streamed, and it's just like renewed it for every single week. It says I'm playing Digimon at 7 o'clock every Saturday. No, I don't plan to do that. I want to raise your defense. Ah, Agumon, what are you playing at? You, you need a lot of defense. Where is one? Where am I? Come on. XV. There's only XV on level 5. So we just need to get that. So if I get Amamon. So how do I Amamon? Sorry, where were you? I thought I need to get Amamon. There he is. Amamon level 20. Is that it? There's gonna be Amamon. Amamon gets to level 20. That gets me Mamimon, but I need Machine Up. And Metal Mamimon gets me. Yeah, mommy! We'll just go with defense because I need 460 defense. Oh, you failed again? Seriously? Terrible Digimon. See, I have no idea why I'm doing this because I really don't want you. You're a terrible Digimon. Look at that, you just got took out by a tennis ball machine. 1/3 of the time, he gets taken out all the time. And Ramon hasn't leveled up, so she can't do it. How do I get to the west sector there? It's something to do with an egg. I'm really not in the mood to fight you. Techniques, you haven't learned any yet. Fight, alright. Slap him. There's more headbutt than a slap, but alright. Alright, so I'll say give it another 27 minutes. That'll round me off. Then we'll work out food. You're having rice, so I'll work out food for me. And then 7 days. Oh, I need beer.
Yeah, we'll
Beer.
grab some stuff.
Might get some mini pizzas whilst we're out.
11 cows now.
Very event. I was looking at it.
Associations,
What's that?
This should be a nice amount of meat.
Oh.
Goats and my sheep should be pretty big.
Oh, I didn't know that was back on. Das Boot. There's a new season of Das Boot. It's a good series. Me and Andy used to question it. Everyone in the show at some point or another speaks English. You know, because you get some like English guy who comes into it, you know, and they can all speak English to it. Rest of it, all in German and French. It's like, why are you speaking German and French if you can speak English?
Because it's the audience is for.
I mean, I get it's German, and a lot of the time they're talking to the French, so I get that. But still, make things easier for me, please. But still, it's a good series. So I may have to give that a watch at some point. Then you could be introduced to the awesomeness of Das Boot.
I don't know if I could do so many subtitles.
There's a lot of subtitles.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think I could do so many subtitles.
But it's a good series. And they did kind of leave it a bit of a cliffhanger.
Generally nowadays, because of gaming and like working from home and like painting and stuff like that, I really don't have enough time to sit and actually look at the TV. I don't mind putting stuff on in the background, but I can't be reading subtitles.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm not going to give spoilers to anybody at home that's not seen The Spoon, but yeah. By the end of the first season, the captain of the of the U-boat that they're on, he basically they throw a mutiny against him, and it's like his second in command's the one who does it, just because he wants control of the ship. He doesn't believe that the way that they're going is the way that they should do it, even though they've been given direct orders to do all this stuff. So he throws this mutiny, and they throw the captain overboard, and they just leave him for dead. And then they go downstairs and they write in the logs, or fuck it, when they handed over the prisoner, that American plane whatever had shot at the boat, which did happen, so they can record that. But in the process of that happening, it hit and killed the captain, so they gave him a burial at sea. And then they went back to Germany. They went in for repairs and blah blah blah. They showed him the log and that, and how it was all signed up to this point. They basically forged a load of stuff from the captain up to this point about what happened, and then just put in this little bit at the end about him dying. And then the new captain took over, and he brought them back. And this guy, the admiral that talked to, was like, "Oh, that's a big shame in that. He was a good captain. Because he's from like this wealthy family. He was really good at what he did." And he's like, "Yeah." So basically, hands over the command to this new guy then, who actually caused all this mutiny and stuff. And then it goes back over to like the American side of stuff, where there's this prisoner of war that they've had, and they've just transported over and handed over for one of their own guys. Yeah, because there's who did it. It's the guy that they took back off the ship. Is like one of the guys who caused this mutiny, if I remember right, or he's the reason why it happened. So he's talking to this American guy, and they're just sat there like going through his stuff, and somebody just says behind him, "Hey, I believe you owe me a favour." He's like, "Oh, what do you mean I owe you a favour?" Turns around and it's the captain from the boat. He managed to survive and he's got to America. It's like, yeah, I need a lift. So when he gets back over that side, somebody is going to get fucked.
Nice. Food is at 103. Animals are now growing nicely. These cows reach their maximum capacity and they'll feed me forever then. So they got a lot of meat on them when you kill them. And they do milk. So we can probably get rid of the goats.
Come on. Somebody smash this guy up. It's just a Numamon. I mean, I know I made this argument before, but seriously! He's absolutely dominating us. Maybe Mon is the way forward. He's got a lot of defense. He's got a lot of offense.
This is funny. Oh god.
Let's try an air-based attack. It was funny.
Right, the most useless thing in the game is a fishing rod. Why? Because they never bother really doing any fishing. Even if you set the fishing things up for loads of people to do it, they never really bother fishing anything. Like, you'd never feed your whole village on fish, basically. It's just something that comes every now and then and, like, makes do with. So, I've got them just build in fishing rods, and they're the most expensive thing in the game to sell, and they're the most useless thing, and they don't cost anything to make. And it's just like, I'll buy 8 cattle off you. Here's 30 fishing rods. It's like...
Cool, it's like the most expensive item in the game then, if 30 fishing rods only equals 8 cows.
The animals are obviously expensive. 30 fishing rods for 6 cows.
I like how the female's more expensive than the male.
It's only 3 cows. Yeah, because the females are the ones that breed.
Yeah, and make
That's
milk.
why we got 8 of those and only 2 males.
Yeah, have you ever tried milking a male cow?
Well, you get a lot of milk out of it.
It's not a pleasant experience.
So I'm starting to learn the word cycles now. So in the winter I can tell them to upgrade houses because they actually don't bother doing a lot of work. There's no farming in the winter and stuff like that. So as soon as the winter rolls around, we'll tell them to start upgrading houses. There should be enough people with a small amount of work that's going on.
I like that question he gave me. He was playing it again on Warhammer. He's like, "Oh, should we play it at his place?" Yeah, obviously. Not a lot of room here to play it.
Yeah, not going to be able to set it up here.
We'll play a game of 40k on the Poofa.
I wouldn't mind hosting it, but
Just
there's
have the room.
no way that we're going to fit it in here.
I mean, when we played it, we had to play it on the bloody floor.
We can set it up on my bed.
It's not really a flat surface, though,
No,
is it?
but like, we get a board that'll go on to the bed and then play on top of that.
Yeah, we'll save hosting for when we get the house sorted.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it shouldn't take too long now.
And they've done all the harvesting before winter rolls in. Nice. Thank God for that.
So heal.
Right.
The mention of a
Double that.
shrine.
Hopefully that should double. This should come in.
You know it should double every year? Level of poop. Because all the extra animals and the peoples should be just loads of poop everywhere. Mountains and mountains of poop.
That's 4 houses to get upgraded.
Oh, what to take against Andy?
Upgrade some walls as well. While we're at it. There we go.
Wait, that's a wall?
Yeah.
I thought you basically just got a load of trees and just strip the leaves off them.
Well,
It's like death to the tree.
it's an old school wall made of wood.
So
because all you got to do is cut a tree down and then just like replace it somewhere else, and then you stick them in a tight enough formation, it becomes a wall.
or option 2, you just plant a load of trees in a very long line.
Yeah, but
Then about 50 years later,
they won't grow close enough together. That's the thing with it.
no, but in real life, then 50 years later, you should have a tree wall.
Yeah, they won't grow close enough together.
You make them.
But they won't. It doesn't happen.
If there's a will, there's a
Doesn't
way.
happen in nature. The trees won't grow that close together.
How did this vegetable survive that attack? And that's the first time I've ever noticed his eyes.
His eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are like a crescent slit above where I thought his eyes would be. And it's just like a white thing with a black dot in it. I'm not sure if that was something they added later. Because I always thought his eyes were like orange and red.
Damn it, the trader left and he had 5 cows with him.
Dang!
Didn't notice he was here. What have had then? I'm about 18 now rather than 15, so I've got it by 3.
Let's look at Agamemnon's stuff quickly. Because Greymon we should have evolved something new by now. Where's Growlmon? Growlmon to 40 to get War Growlmon. Jesus Christ, he's got a lot of his stuff really high to evolve. The next one for him is Agumon making level 20. Right, you mentioned something about a shrine and a crescent or something. Speak to me. I was looking for a cat in Bioswamp. Behind a shrine I saw a crest of reliability. I wonder why it's there. Right, I know that. Right, I know what she's on about now. Bioswamp, that's to the south. What do I take against Andy, Cal?
Torch.
Don't think that's a valid one. What would be good against Custodes?
Some raspberry tart.
Actually, I think
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd probably be with that as well, actually.
Right, we've got a lot of invuln saves, if I remember right. So, be librarians?
Can you get librarians with jetpacks?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Since when?
Classic librarians. Classic librarians, they can take jetpacks.
Cool, then that's probably what you want.
Get him in null zone. Also, assassin.
That might be useful. It's like his bike characters and whatever. 3+ in, but if he doesn't pay for the second one, then he's an idiot. Really.
I mean, yeah, he's going to get the invuln save against the initial shot. But then after that, it's mortal
The
wounds. So.
assassin ignores the invuln save.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then after that, it's just mortal wound, mortal wound, mortal wound. Yay!
It's not going to get any saves against the assassin. That's the point of it. That's why it's really annoying when you don't have a Space Marine army. It's like, I have a Tyrannid! Oh, I don't even have invuln saves. It's a bit overpowered, but
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
just murdered all of my
I
stuff.
definitely wouldn't bring assassins against Tyranids. They're way too expensive. 80 points a model.